You dared me to say it. I'm just going to say I got better mountain biking.
I did kind of dare you to say it. I didn't know it was going to actually happen.
I'm just straight to the point, Jason.
Oh,
but this
the
is a team.
mustache.
Yeah, absolutely. I might. You know what? November's coming up. I might shave into a mustache by the time we get to Stockholm. But this is a team that it's great to see them back at another major. We know they've had some turbulence as well and have been the most isolated, if you will, location-wise during COVID of anyone.
Yeah, they've probably had the most pain in terms of wanting to be at events and so far away. Quickly a drop down from PGL. And to the lower bomb side we go for Renegades as well, but there's a decent enough crossfire here. As long as neither of these CT defenders get picked off at range, and there goes Hardzao. PGL, Goosh behind the smoke, and he's going to back away. Plant is definitely going to go down.
I actually don't mind that we're getting nuke twice in a row, because sometimes it's a map that used to be very stale and static. Now we're seeing so many different metas.
Now,
yeah, it's actually a great map. And Malta. An Australian in Malta? Chad, is that you? Are you smurfing? He's going to get a kill back the other way as Safi and Hardzao are gone down. Alistar is going to take out PGL, and just like that, they're out looking far more secure for Renegades. Good start for them. I believe you actually leaned their way for the prediction on this one.
I did, personally. I'm not sure what everyone else kind of selected, but I've got confidence in the boys. And oh, look at Alistar up top. Good damage done. Nekis can't go anywhere. He's going to back away. Bomb's going to go off 1-0 for the Renegades. Yeah, hunt that down. You found another player. Now you're just going to blow up with the bomb.
They both are.
Honorable.
It says Ninja Stars killed them in the top right.
10 years in. That's the first Ninja Star reference I've seen to the kill feed. Well done.
I always find new things,
back,
Jason.
Boys. 1-0 for the Renegades.
I don't color by numbers. I make up my own.
2 kills for Malta. You're the only person who can get it color by numbers wrong.
What do you mean 2's not green? Which part am I getting wrong, though? The color or the number? That's the real question.
That is the question.
Safety's outside this time. Scouts in hand, and nothing to be found on the other side of the smoke, although he continues to spam diligently, hoping he'll collect some damage. And the rotation came around as well. We saw PGL trying to get up close, but a sicko's on the other side. And he's twisted.
He's nice. Yeah, twisted. All right, 3 HP on Alistar. They have control of the secret stairs. They can go down lower if they need. They have 1 lurker back towards lobby or roof on the T side. Pretty decent defensive setup at the lower bomb site as well for paiN Gaming, so this could be a bit of a trap that Renegades are not even walking into, running into it, loudly stomping, and the Deagle's going to ring out from range. It cleans up that kill. We're at a 3v3, and Alistar is so low.
Lovely shot on the Deagle. That's right, DDK. It is a Deagle. Malta, I don't know if you heard earlier, he called it whatever Valorant calls it.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, haven't even played Valorant yet.
Yeah?
I think it looks fine. I'm not going to get into that debate now. I'm not trying to actually ruffle feathers. I think it's fine. I have no issue with the game. I just haven't played it yet. I need to.
Okay.
PGL, meanwhile, though, holding on to that Deagle, is going to wait it out and hold and see if they cross over, because bomb's down, and he's got just enough of an angle that they would have to reveal a shoulder from the door. That exchange does happen, but everyone stays alive, at least for now.
Oh my god, Malta's got so much work to cover his teammate. They are going to get the bomb down. He's tagged through the box, and oh, there's the kills coming in. They were boxed into their positions, couldn't escape, couldn't get anywhere safe, and that's a good return for paiN. If you're Renegades, that's a bummer. You feel like it's going to be a little bit easier. You stumble into that trap. Remember, Malta was the lurker on top of the T roof to have information in towards lobby to see if anyone's going to be flanking around. He was so far away by the time they got into the 3v3. The way Renegades had to kind of pause to actually take the site and get the bomb planted allowed paiN Gaming to get into nice positions and rotate and be prepared for the post plant. So we're all tied up at 1.
Yeah, we get an eco victory in this game. Tied up at 1. CT is back into the position of power. They will bring out some SMGs, however, on the T side. Look for a fast play, potentially, with a number of smokes. You've got 4 in play, and you've got 2 Molotovs, which are immediately going to go through the skylight. So this will be an upper charge, trying to get the bomb down. Pick up some kills on the way through, but anticipating that surely, with that many Molotovs down, coming from outside, you've got to be ready. And here's the defensive smokes in response. It's going to let the Lil get up close as Nekis tries to find one. Does get Malta through the smoke. Oh, PGL got to be efficient with his aim. He isn't, and didn't see that Hats pulled a trick and got inside of the site. Hardzao, though, and Nekis will hold it together, and ends is out.
Kind of a cool idea. Like you said, you're trading the fact that you're giving away the game right at the start of the round by saying we don't have to worry about top hut, right? You throw that Molotov so fast that no one's really getting going to be there, but you are telegraphing what you're doing. 1 kill at the end, and cleanup time. Inz is going to take it, but 2-1 for paiN Gaming.
Yeah, it got a little awkward when Big Azira didn't quite catch that a player had already gone out directly underneath of him, and that is still the one thing I know it
gets scrappy during those executes at the upper bomb site. You never know like who's catching a flashbang at a weird time and who's going to progress somewhere.
Well, and there's also, for me, it's a mental thing, even though it's not that significant, but there's less bullets in the A1S, so you miss a few shots and you're like, oh, I have to clean it up. And I don't know, for me, that kind of like, it gets in my mind. Like, so you miss those first few, and all of a sudden it can get really sloppy.
Ooh. Speaking of missing, Safi sends one whizzing past the attack, but his teammates are here to keep some space and make sure they can't progress towards the bomb site. Malta, good cleanup with the Glock, and actually the op on Safi has been brought down very low. He's got to play it passively. He's going to peek out anyways and find the kill. Hat's the only one remaining for Renegades.
A man of many hats, some say. Although he has a beautiful head of hair, so doesn't need one.
Think he's a fedora kind of a guy, baseball cap, trucker cap? What are we working with?
Toque.
What?
Don't worry, Boo, today. He's got a toque. Big Azira will take down Hats. Come on, you don't know what a toque is?
No.
All right, I'll wear a toque for you tomorrow, maybe.
Great.
Not on camera, but, well, maybe on camera.
I'm sure some of the viewers don't know what that weird word means.
I'm sure lots of the viewers do because they're cultured, Jason. All right, it's just America that doesn't teach about other countries.
Yeah, we're just jealous of those denim tuxedos.
Goddamn right, the Canadian tuxedo's beautiful. I don't actually own one. It's kind of sad that I don't, but yeah.
3-1. Getting away from fashion.
Texas tuxedo.
paiN Gaming with a 2-round lead real early on, but the AKs are out for the Renegade side. Hats is peeking for this exact position, but PKL is playing a bit of an off angle behind the smoke, so not spotted quite yet.
He's still searching for a headshot, isn't he? He's not really committing to this. Teammate's just getting in position outside now. That's Inz that's sneaking up the wall. Right, quietly as well, because they aren't sure what's going on toward Red Crate. Rightfully so. PKL is there. And this is such a tough position to be in, but there's the key. We just saw it.
This is
crossfire is so, yeah, this is a bait and switch. I mean, PKL needs one. If he gets one kill here, he's done a phenomenal job. The other problem with this is they just lost the man that was up above. We saw Hats was looking for the headshot, trying to find that angle, and now it's the bait and switch the other way instead. Necas gets 3, PKL only needs 1, and it's done. And Malta was not in position. If they had one up above on Silo, they probably could have answered that a lot more quickly, but 4-1 now for paiN Gaming.
Man, even if Necas just gets like 1 kill there, the follow-up peak is going to be so brutal. Shout out for getting 3. He's actually, Necas is 10-1, 5 rounds in. What a great start. That's brilliant. And this is nice. He's not having any issues with that M4A1, Matt. He's having a good time with it.
No, absolutely not. I do, just to go back to that, I do love that it's been kind of buffed because I think the lack of tracers is actually something that in certain situations, I would rather have an A1S than even an AK. If it's up close, if you know you're defensively holding a position and you're going to get rushed down, you can play behind the smoke and spam into it a little bit more. Obviously, the AK is everyone's favorite gun still, but like I do think there are situations where the A1S is super strong now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Very powerful. A little bit of a pause here.
Like, for example, in the last game, right? We saw Mir outside playing in the stairs.
Yeah.
That's a long enough angle that... And the smokes are pretty situational on sort of that wall that you probably still want the AK, right? Because you've got the shot towards Silo, you can hit, you can play in the garage and hit the headshot on the boxes if they peek out. But let's say I'm playing Inferno at the top of Banana, and they're going to throw the smoke every time they come in. I could see wanting to just spam through that smoke a lot with the A1S and not give yourself away quite so easily. Like, it definitely, there's a time and a place for it.
Have a good time with it. Go wild. All right. Defensive Molotov, defensive nades tossed out. paiN Gaming making sure they can't get beat by the fast rush. Renegades sending in massive bodies outside for the moment, but they're not well equipped. It's pistols. Couple deagles, a little bit of utility. 1 smoke, 2 flashes, and they're going to try and gain a lot of ground with this smoke wall, but there's a gap, and PKL is going to love it. Either way, traded. They know the exact position to look through that crack.
They look through cracks often, Jason?
Once in a while.
Can we call that a colonoscopy? Is that
yeah?
Are they good at that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Safi's gonna work his way back around. Bomb was dropped though. And one of those two players that did go down trying to get inside is Secret. Sicko's got Safi, so another Deagle kill. We go back to 3-on-3. And Boogie Zero's already rotated back around. Shots coming out from the AK, but he's gone down as Alistar manages to at least get one back, but Hardzow comes in. This is as close as it gets. 100 HP on all 4 players that remain, 2 on each team. But again, that bomb is still down outside, and 44 seconds does seem like enough, but it's still a tough position to get to.
It's this play from Neck is that, oh, I was going to say, I don't think they'll ever expect it, but Malta almost turned around as if he was going to check for it. Bomb now in the hands of Alistar, and he's going to hop up. No, he's not. In through the window, past the lockers. And this is a tough, hard angle to clear when you enter ramp room. And yeah, you can see, not expecting it whatsoever. He did spot the player towards ramp room and could have maybe bailed out, but Hardzow was always going to have his number. 5-1. paiN out to a rip-roaring start.
Yeah, very good start. Weirdly enough, like I went toward Renegades. I even asked in the green room, like, guess you can call me spineless on my prediction, because I said, what's everyone think about this one? And everyone was like, Renegades. And I was like, yeah, Renegades.
It's all right to check in.
But weirdly, paiN is like a team that I could see being annoying to play against if they're not someone you've seen often. And obviously we know, you mentioned Brazil, they don't look like the powerhouse before. Sure, I think statistically against the tier 1 teams and European teams and CIS teams that have the established meta, that's true. But when it's a team like Renegades who hasn't seen them before either and are also in a similar situation, yeah, this could scale really well for paiN.
It's also sometimes hard to judge a team like Renegades that has so much success in their home region, but just can't, you know, and then you see them for the first time internationally. Ooh. Either way, tough start for them. We'll see if they can dig out of it. This is, again, another 0-1 matchup, so loser here falls down to 0-2. It is in a basically elimination position. Doornated open, utilities out. Again, defensive Molotovs, as we'll see round after round. Aggression from ramp room behind the Molotov. There's an AWP and an M4. The op is falling away in support as they don't get any quick action. But paiN Gaming early on showing a couple different looks. Renegades now creeping as well by the smoke wall outside. They've got control of Secret Stairs, got control of Big Garage. But this is going to spread them pretty thin across the map. Only one smoke remaining for the T side as well. That's in IN's hands. So coming back to kind of try and split the upper bomb site has some dangers to it. Renegades is hoping this little bit of map control actually forces a rotation or some kind of a mistake out from the defense.
So PGL waiting as we'll switch our attention over toward the ramp room where Safi has the AWP. He's not up on the ledge, so he'd have to hit that shot, jump down. Tough position to get out of, as meanwhile, INS is taking out PGL. That's going to open up a lot of position. Safi goes aggressive instead, knowing he has to get it back, and you're right, 42 seconds, bomb down. It'll get smoked off and recovered, but that's exactly when Big Zero wants to go, because he knows they're going to put their attention toward that bomb, and that smoke never landed. I could have swore we saw it be thrown as we jumped away, but apparently not. It was a flash. Okay, my mistake. I thought it was a smoke going down on the bomb.
I got you, dog.
Thanks, bro. Chest bump, little chest bump. Hats takes down Negas. This bomb, yeah, that's massive now because Safi's just controlling this round. That I love the counter push inside of lobby, knowing that everyone was going to be staring in that direction.
Yeah, as soon as that op kill comes out, they're like, all right, everyone's going to be focused on picking that bomb up and making sure that op isn't continuing to push. Let's just kind of take a free frag in lobby. That's massive. INS is going to find another kill in garbage time, but what a big lead for paiN Gaming, 6-1. And I mean, Renegades even getting that control outside and hitting the pause button, slow playing it. I mentioned they were looking for and hoping that it was going to cause a mistake, and it did. They got exactly what they wanted. Kind of a freebie kill in towards Mini Garage, just couldn't build upon it. That bomb being dropped here in this kill, you could see Alistar is like, great, I can fall back. Now we can hit this upper bomb site, and just the timing of that peek is so brutal. Drops the op, or excuse me, drops the bomb, and it just ruins all of their plans. So really, really rough start to the offensive half for Renegades.
Safi trying to get something through the smoke of the squeaky door with the AWP, and then he'll elect to rotate that down below instead. Slow rotation, though, to get back towards Secret, and with smokes already on the big garage. Does mean there's a bit of pressure on PGL to make sure no one gets by, so that they can get that op back into position. You can tell they're not 100% certain about it. Meanwhile, PGL does get one kill. That's going to give them a lot more confidence in their position now as Hardzow passively falls down the ramp. Not out of the woods yet. Man advantage, but still being pushed back slightly by the T's.
Yeah, which, I mean, they're gonna be fine with getting pushed back at the moment. They have the advantage. They know it's a tough economic situation for Renegades to be in. So play the man advantage, play the weaponry advantage. You can see Mickey Zera just holding on to his position. PKL's actually found the kill from God knows where.
It's way out toward. Okay, he was closer to lockers. He was out toward Big Garage, but he was moving through the yard, I think. Just mowing the lawn.
Mowing the lawn. Just a nice Tuesday. Hardzao just gonna be chilling. He's got the windows to give him information. Renegades have made their way into the bomb site with the doors open. There is nothing they can do to get this bomb planted. Sicko's going to be a freebie, and Hats had, I mean, there was nothing he could do even to cover him, even if he was in the right position. Now going to get aggressive and shot from behind, and paiN Gaming playing very well at the moment. All 5 players surviving, a lot of money built up in the bank, and they're looking good.
Yeah, I think he knows he's never going to get away with the plant there, so he just tries to bait it out like he's going for the money and wants one gun going down, but yeah, not a lot of a chance in that situation to get anything done. Good play from paiN, and you're right, they had the weapons. They were very comfortable being passive in that round. So a lot more op presence outside in this game already than the last game we saw in Nuke, which was very much Mir versus Phelps. So a lot more op presence outside in this game already than the last game we saw in Nuke, which was very much Mir versus Phelps.
Ooh, risky clear with the op. A little bit of parkour.
Yeah, not bad.
There we go. Quiet, patient from Renegades. Plenty of utility left, plenty of time left, 1 minute on the clock. And again, just, I mean, basically in their positions, waiting for a peek, waiting for a mistake. Did he see the foot there?
This finds the one on the Hats, falls off of Hut. PKL backs him up by getting down Alistair as well, so the op's gone. That was outside. Peeks toward Squeaky Door, knowing they have the advantage, and realizes that there's 2 players there, so information attained. Safi is gained as he takes down Malta coming back in from Mini, but they've gotten the vents. Sicko's below and ends inside, has the bomb in hand, but it's very low HP, just 6 to work with. At the very least, he gets the bomb down, but now he's stuck behind the pillar. Good shoulder peeks and taps, forces Hardzao to get off it, because he doesn't want to give up anything too early in this round and needs his teammates to get in position to trade off of him. That's allowed insta move. That's pretty aggressive movement considering his HP.
I like it. He has to.
They're never going to expect him this close. Well, that Molotov should reveal the fact that he's not there anymore, so where's he gone? Presumably, you would assume it's out the toxic doorway, but that's not open, so they're going to have to search for him. They do find it. PKL with the kill. Sicko now all alone, and they know exactly where he is. Good process of elimination, and we go to 8-1. I realized we missed a Brazil 7-1 meme. I'm sure Twitch chat had us covered.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure plenty of people had us covered. Second timeout taken from Renegades, and there's just not enough production in the fragging department there. That round they gain some map territory, they gain ground, they get into the lower bomb site, but it's just too costly as they progress down. Alistair trying to clear and work outside on his own with an AWP. That's not going to pan out super well, and then just no options in the post plant. So paiN Gaming just, I don't know, they're piling it on. There's too many easy ways to tie in paiN with this one.
Oh, I love being tied up and having paiN at the same time.
There you go.
That's why I'm sadokissed.
Classic.
Is it a classic?
Classic BDSM jokes. 8-1. Here we go. Live into round number 10, and Renegades need to get going real quick.
Safi again this time has the AWP, but unlike previous rounds, he's not toward outside. He'll go toward the highway instead, cover off a ramp. He's got the support of Hardzao in that position, but that is up close. Very close. I don't think we've seen a CT really play this position this early in a round all day.
Now, the smokes outside from Renegades have actually pulled Safi with that AWP over towards lockers to get an angle to kind of peek outside. They've done the feint well enough to have an opening, but now with Hards out dropping, now with the up coming back, no Molotov, and you're gonna peek right into it. Good entries. They needed them. 5-on-3, and now they have to convert. I don't even know if paiN Gaming's gonna rotate to try and come back into it.
That's circuit overload. He peeks out, has a perfect shot, and he shoots right between two. I'm sure his muscles and his mind were doing two different things. I'm like, which one do I shoot?
Yeah.
Goes right between them and gets dropped. Good take from Renegades.
Yeah, but they haven't committed. They've fallen back. They didn't go all the way downstairs, and this is given an opportunity for the return from paiN Gaming, but PGL and the gun switch didn't have it out in time, and Renegades can breathe a sigh of relief.
I very much hope that that wasn't strictly based on Malta's call. I think he was in a better position to lurk. They're going to rotate lower if they commit to that. Instead, he's sitting at Squeaky. Either way, and they might get away with this. Nick is left in a 1-on-3 with 30 seconds left on the bomb. He's got all the utility to go for this, but more importantly, he can get exit kills, which would benefit them quite a bit.
Yeah, but oof. Vigizera almost pulled him back into this round. He was almost able to make it happen. Nekis is going to have to fight to save this weapon. They're hunting him down, and there's not a lot of money for Renegades, so even if they lose the guns, that's a tough place to be, but Malta's going to handle it very well.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think there's still quite a bit of money. I know that the HUD doesn't show us yet, because he had $4 grand post or pre-death.
Still, no reason to lose money if you don't have to.
No, sure, but I think I would have justified trying to go for exits, maybe even a little more aggressively. You can almost... It's tough when they're that spread up. You can buy yourself time, maybe get one with the bomb at the very least. But yeah, they're in a decent position still. paiN Gaming. Best of one again. Best of one all day today.
All day, baby.
And then the best of threes.
We got a couple BO1s tomorrow, and then yeah, best of threes.
In the afternoon, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
For the matinee.
The matinee. Well, it is in America, to be fair. We're in primetime television over. Well, not quite. We're still even early for that.
We're getting there.
But I do commend anyone specifically, or I guess especially on the West Coast, who is up bright and early this morning to catch.
Or just stayed up. Didn't even
go to sleep. Some people might have done that. You're absolutely right. But yeah, first major in over 700 days. It's awesome. I'm pretty excited, genuinely, to be back, and I can't wait to get to the Avicii Arena in Stockholm and see all my friends again, Jason. To just get hyped. I think it's gonna be wicked.
Oh, it's gonna be sick. It's been too long.
It has. It really has.
Okay. Slow again from Renegades to open things up. And one more time, just at the minute mark, maybe trying to set up and execute here. Looks towards the upper bomb site with Alistair up on the roof. Molotov for the bomb site. Flashbang as well to come in. 3 players with rifles going to try and get the entries and create the space needed, but this is going to be a strong position. I don't know if they have enough utility to really neutralize all these different positions. Yeah, that one flashbang isn't enough. Double kill from up above. Alistair trying to recover with the ult. That's never going to happen. And Big Uzera is just racking up the kills. Now going to drop into the bomb site for safety, and there's no progress from Renegades. It's 9-2.
Yeah, 9-2 indeed, and it'll be back down to a 4-round loss bonus for Renegades. They'll be able to, well, they could force into this pretty comfortably. I think actually Hat says 57-50. Malta's a little bit less off, but they can distribute the wealth accordingly. And paiN Gaming forcing to buy a little bit more. They did get enough players down that they could actually still break this and swing this into a somewhat reasonable half. We did see 9-6 was very possible to work with. 10-5 I suppose it was, but 9-6 was possible to work with first for Godsent. So similar situation. Safi, I'm loving this AWP route, right? Like goes toward Hut, couldn't find anything through Squeaky. The window in the Hut obviously makes that position a lot less viable for AWP players, but then immediately goes down through the vent. He's holding his own though. He's actually gone back up. I thought when he got...
No, he's
okay, he is down below.
Yeah, he's
that
down.
Angle says it better.
He was looking to see someone lurk through the smoke down the vent just for a second, and now just got a position to protect that lower bomb. So yeah, the AWP down low when it drops into the vents like this sometimes can get a little bit sketchy depending on the angles you take. But at the moment, this is a pretty safe one, and he hasn't seen anything. So all the information being passed on to his teammates that not yet is anyone attacking the lower bomb site.
Keep in mind, double up as well. Hards out. We just saw it over toward ramp. Didn't have information outer. I thought maybe they could actually get Safi to rotate all the way around to the secret stairs, but they've given that up. And the retakes become a lot more difficult, double up on nukes, so they've given up so much ground. PGL going to be very passive, knowing But he has this as a possibility. Oh, he's got perfect crosshair. He's going to walk out, but nails it. The right eye. Peeker's advantage. AK gets the kill, and it's seconds down below, but the damage is done. And Biggie Zero's found a kill as well. If I'm not mistaken, that bomb, it did. It fell inside. Oh, it fell down the ladder. Okay.
Oh, no.
So it's, I was going to say it's recoverable, but look who's there. Biggie Zero's behind them. That's even worse. I thought it fell into the site, which you could still attack forward and recover. Now you've got to go back.
Time, though. 15 seconds on the clock. There's no way. The off is well covering it. And now I feel like, ooh, he can't. Sicko's going to get the bomb and go up. The op is going to rotate through the main lobby, and we have a one-on-one.
I'm impressed they managed to make that work because it had to be everyone retreating to get it one-on-one. Noise made as well. Molotov goes inside hut. That should reveal that he's still back in the backside of the site, but he's up close. And the AK gets the advantage as Sicko takes down Hardzao. That could have been awkward. When that bomb went down the ladder, oh man.
What a recovery from Renegades. I wasn't even sure there was a possibility. That was a desperate situation that they come out on top of. And Hardzao running that whole way through lobby. Might have been able to play it a little bit sneakier, but hard to criticize too much. Just what a clutch for Sicko. Renegades needed that. You mentioned they had still the opportunity to kind of shatter the economy of paiN's defense. Well, they had to have that round to be able to do it in a timely enough fashion to close the gap. So Renegades, that round is a lifeline into this map.
I was going to mention this position in the last map when we talked about that missed Molotov on the box. I haven't seen this used a lot lately. That guy's, the problem, it's great for Silo. You missed your timing. Now, did he hear that? I think he would have.
He 100% did. Yep.
Yeah.
He called it out for sure. And
I sometimes doubt it because I can't hear it because I'm talking and we have our own voices in our headsets. So sometimes I'm not sure the distance. But
heads.
Yeah, he's definitely there. What? Our heads?
Headsets and our heads.
Oh,
voices.
the echo inside it. Yeah, I get you. Okay. All right. Now, yours is probably quite an echo chamber, isn't it? There's no sound deadening on the top of it.
Oh, bless my heart. That's a pretty strong defense at the upper bomb site, unfortunately, for paiN Gaming. Renegades at the moment looks geared up to attack towards ramp room. And just waiting for the moment as Hats is going to push up and lead the way. 4 attackers here for Renegades. Hardzao going to drop away, but that's a stellar shot. Goes down at J Hall, and now Inns has spotted a couple. He's going to hold on to the flank, but that actually, now he's kind of boxed in. He's going to be getting dropped down from Vent. He's going to be getting attacked from Secret as well. Tough thing to manage. Inns goes down, but window control goes to Renegades.
Shot from Biggie Zero, though. Still keeps us in a 3-on-3. Bomb not planted, 19 seconds, and they've got 2 players on the stairs that can actually attack together, and a perfect position in the offside of the site. But it's an AWP, and Safi's missed. They've managed to cross over. Safi needs to do something now, and Alistair's got him back on the AWP, and he does one better to swing out and find Biggie Zero. It's all on to PGL, and what a pickle this man's in. 1-on-2, 30 seconds left on the bomb. He does not have a kit, and he doesn't have a head anymore either. Alistair, what a round with the AWP in lower of all places.
That's a sick triple kill with the AWP for Alistair and that lower bomb site. These last 2 rounds feel like they have really saved Renegades in this map for them to have a chance, and they've been real awkward and scrappy, but it's cool to see them come out on top of it. I think Alistair even jumping out into the smoke as well, getting a little bit crazy, and it somehow works. 9-4, and paiN Gaming. At this moment, during a timeout called by Renegades, you got to be feeling like you've really let a big lead slip away from you. Good shooting from Hats to gain control, but Alistair was the star.
And now we go to 9-4. So just as we talked about, they had a chance to break down the economy. They've managed to do so, and we have a half, and we have a game as Renegades claw themselves back into this. Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, the boys.
And we're not actually in Australia, which means I can promote the shoey and not get in trouble.
Oh, shoey is such a magnificent thing.
I will never do one unless it's a brand new shoe out of a box.
What if it's your own shoe?
No, even worse.
Okay.
Have you seen my foot fungus?
I have not. Oddly enough, that's... Save round. Pistols for paiN Gaming. Finally broken. You alluded to it a few rounds back. We mentioned it was within striking distance, and Renegades have done it. But again, I mean, through the story of this half for Renegades, very, very slow, measured, calm starts to these rounds, and usually about 1 minute they start making their play, or at least the first step of it. Looking for any aggression, looking for any pushes in towards lobby as 3 players start working cautiously outside to take control of red box. They're going to see no presence. It's a stack in the upper bomb site, a massive stack. And it might just get negated. They might just walk right by it, walking down towards Secret. 40 seconds now on the clock, and nobody's been spotted. No noise has been made.
Now somehow, Zims goes on the aggression. Takes down Big U0. That's a huge find for Renegades. They've got so much control as they swarm the upper site. Nickis goes down, so does Hard Zhao. And PGL, Safi. Thought PGL was just thinking about jumping and ending it at that point because there wasn't much hope in the round. It's going to be 9-5.
His only thought was, please don't check me and let me kill the planter with 3 seconds left.
Yeah,
that
very
was
optimistic.
That was the only thing going through his head. About 10 different things having to go right. 9-5. Gap is closed, and it's been, what, 3 in a row now for Renegades? And 4 of the last 5 rounds as well.
So again, the last round of the first half, and it's a chance for Renegades to win 5 on the bounce.
And a timeout call, you can see finally like paiN Gaming feeling a little bit of pressure. They had such a great start.
Pain.
Yeah, that too. They were up 9-1 at some point.
Could you imagine if Big and paiN played against each other?
Oh yeah, there'd be a lot of traps you can really walk into.
Would they be big traps or painful traps?
It's the way you're already doing it. We don't even have the matchup.
No, you're absolutely right, though. I think it was actually 8-2, was it not, or was it 9-1?
It was 9-1.
Do you want to check that?
Ah, it was 8-2.
Yeah, because it went back and forth.
That little pissed around all the way at the beginning of the row. I didn't see that guy.
Nonetheless, your point still stands. I mean, this is a huge turnaround. It comes again to economy. You finally break the CTs down.
Yeah.
Just like what we saw in the first nuke game.
Change of pace. It's been slow this whole half. Look at this. A fast play in towards Mini. And he somehow gets the kill. Neckis is going to be upset about that one. PKL let him down. And speaking of down, Renegades has got someone in the vents to the lower bomb site. It's Malta, who can now have a real effective lurk. I don't even think they saw it.
I don't think they did either, because PKL was not very efficient with his aim and had to shoulder check as he reloaded to buy himself some space, and that's exactly when Malta got through. So this could be huge. He could reverse lurk this. He could actually go...
I don't know if they're going to win this round, Matt, but I love the change of pace in round 15.
This is exactly the call, though. He can go back through Secret, clear Mini, and unless... yeah, I don't know. I was going to say, the only way he gets caught is if the player, which was PKL, never left Mini and happens to be looking outside at the same angle by chance. There's no way... Okay, and he's got an actually better angle than that, because there's no way he anticipates he comes from the stairs themselves.
Yeah, it feels like Renegades, again, like we've seen it a couple times in this half when they've slow played things. It almost feels like they're not even really applying pressure anywhere. They're looking for a push. They're looking for a mistake. They're looking for someone checking for information. They just want a freebie at this point. And they don't really seem like they have a plan of how to meet up with Malta. I think at the moment the idea's got to be drop down the vents to join up with him. They're going to lose a player in the attempt. Big Uzera going to back away. And does he want to press the issue? If he drops down vents, that would be a kill.
It's a kill, and he's waiting for that, but more importantly, it's now bomb down below with Malta already clearing. They've given up on the lurk going back toward upper, so he's bought some space. This bomb plant is actually possible, but Safi's going to try and work it in. Didn't necessarily need to, because you just highlighted on your wrist, although no one could see that. Beautiful wrist, by the way.
Thank you.
There was only 10 seconds left. He didn't need to give himself up, and now the bomb goes down as a result of that kill. PKL does hold his nerve and waits for the rotation of ins to arrive, but they've got the advantage despite the HP, despite the weaponry. They've got the position, and the bomb is ticking in their favor. It's ticking against PKL, who finds himself in another 1-on-2 and no kit to work with. At least, okay, he's picked one up now. I was going to say, not in his hands. There should be one near the site, so that buys him another 5 seconds of grace in this 1-on-2. And they're going to know this. They're going to play this all the way out. He'll tap it. They'll peek it. He hears the doors, but that's just going to be a problem because Sicko's going to play the game with him, but he's actually got the silo. If he can figure out these toward ramp, doesn't even need to do that. He gets the kill instead, and he's on it in time. Just barely. They'll make it 10. Oh, no. Oh, that timer. It said 5. Did it not, Jason?
It juked you, baby. 9-6.
PGL, why you got to do me like that, man? I have been gone for 2 years, and that's how you play me?
I like that. Everyone assumed he had it. Everyone's like, ooh, 5 seconds is good.
Wow.
It's all right, Matt.
fair play. I thought he didn't even need to kill him. He could just get on it and he would force the rush down with the kit. But that, all right, cool. Well, 9-6.
Look at the half from Biggie's there as well. 16 kills, 8 deaths. That is not too shabby at all. And somehow Renegades looking flat to start this game in the first half of the opening half and just roaring back into it. That's a well done. Good job with the adjustments. What, 5 of the last 6 rounds played go to Renegades. And they're right back in it. Now they get to switch over to the CT side, feeling much better about this map. Julie's watch on hats. Plenty of utility picked up. Ooh, fast pace towards the upper bomb site. Doors blown open. Flashbangs out. Here are the Dualies. They just get into position. Spamming away. Only the 1 kill. Inns needed the follow-up, but man, the trade's so effective. And paiN's going to have a chance to win a 3-on-2, but the bomb could get dropped through the smoke. Just barely gets away with it. 1 HP.
That's all you need. 1 HP in a dream.
That 1 HP changes the nature of the round as well.
Well, see how Nekas can play this as he's actually going to go look for information at this point. Try and make something of this, of his situation. But Malta, they're on this. And if he's too slow in this rotation with 1 HP, it doesn't even matter. Malta's got both. They didn't hold it, but 1 HP with the clutch. Oh, I can't imagine that this works in his favor. It does not. We can hear the shot come through. Malta's got Nekas down, and it will be, this time, I'm pretty sure, Jason, I'm just going to make sure. Okay, yep. Cool.
Yeah,
we're all good.
Give it an extra second. Ooh, that sucks for paiN Gaming. That is a rough round to lose. Bomb down, coming through the smoke is Malta. You got to say, I mean, paiN Gaming played it pretty well. These are spectacular shots for Malta to close it out. He has to defend. He's the bodyguard. All 3 kills at the end for him. That's huge. 9-7. The Renegades have caught in a real big momentum streak.
Ends above. Big Yazira backs away, smoke down on Squeaky, but Sicko's got the drop shot position off angle at ramp with the M4. Renegades certainly trying to make this interesting and turn things around in this game.
PGL's got nades, smoke, not using them yet, and yeah, that was what I was curious about. Sicko, he's got to manage his timing well. If he doesn't get that first kill clean, back away. Ooh, they want to attack ladder. They're hoping somebody has a real lazy rotation. It's Malta. Nothing lazy about that, but the nade work. Oh, he spotted the shoulder. He's got to be real careful. You can see positioning himself so he can't be spotted from windows, but it doesn't matter. Alistair is going to pop up secret, and they've spotted him. They know his position.
Outside. Oh, Alistair. Keep it calm. Keep it together. He does. Round goes their way. They only lose Malta in the process, but, you know, it's just a tiny island. No one really cares about it. They're from a much bigger island. So, Australia now within 1 of Brazil.
Now within 1. The AKs are going to come out, though. Saving in the previous round. We'll see what paiN Gaming can bring to bear. That lead has just narrowed so quickly. 3 FAMAS on the board for the Renegades defense.
So all the aggression toward lobby is halted immediately once the utility is deployed. Their own utility as well, it should be noted. Because there's still quite a bit on the T side, or CT side, excuse me. 2 smokes left over, hats and ins as they try and fire through the presumably now removed door with that much damage going its direction.
All right, here we go. First step for paiN, taking control of outside. Just 1 smoke to start, 2 smokes to complete the wall. And all 5 players here using this wall for cover. Great pop flash. Great pop flash peek. Alistair's even going to get away. Molotov to buy more time. Oh, he's creeping into a sneaky corner. Inns taking a lot of damage. They know he's here. Hard to clear him out, though, but he's spammed. Spam from the top of secret stairs.
Malta backs off, knows that he has to, can't afford to go down as well, because if they lose the man advantage, or at least what is now a 4-on-4 situation, as well as give up lower, they've got a huge problem, and now he can at least work with Alistair. Sneaks back out, does find Sappy coming through the smoke. Nekaz gets the trade, but Alistair is still at the bottom of them, as Hard Zhao might find himself on the hard concrete in a second with the shot from the FAMAS. Now they know he's in position. He's trying to bait it out. He manages to at least pull one more on the angle. Nekaz gets the kill in return, but time is not in his favor. 16 seconds. He does have the bomb, but he has not spotted the Sicko.
Yeah, he's got no time to clear anything. Man, I thought that was real risky for Malta to keep taking those fights outside, and it might have been if there was more time on the clock, but it really funneled them into just committing towards Secret, right into the trap. Good play from Alistair. They assumed he would have fallen all the way back. I mean, look, this peak, you see he's just the one, I don't know, all 5 players outside of there. At some point when you see so many bodies as the defense, you get the sense you could just keep throwing your own bodies at the problem, delay them as long as possible, run down the clock. 9-9.
Hard Zhao. P250 shot speculatively toward the ramp room. Malta and Inns have hats along with them in the upper position right now. So 3 players from the CT holding inside. Very passive hold outside right now as well from Alistair. And obviously ramp has been the location of Sicko throughout.
They've got a bit of utility. So, I mean, plan just to get the bomb down. You'd imagine this is just going to end up being an upper execute. PGL obviously a late lurk in towards Mini to maybe grab 1 kill, give them some freedom. Maybe if they've accomplished something, you can work on it to win the round. It could be a turning point frag. But actually, they're going to use these smokes not for an upper execute, but just to try and get down the vent. Hats is blinded. Malta's got 1 kill. Molotov going to keep Hats from peering down towards the vent. And it doesn't really matter. All the kills are still going their way. However, the bomb has made it down the vents. And unfortunately for paiN Gaming, Sicko is there to stop this exact play.
Yeah, that would have been lovely to get the bomb down to at least get that little bit of extra money, especially with Sappy buying time. The shot went up with the Tech 9. That smoke worked actually quite well. Unfortunately, the mouse didn't for Hard Zhao. And it goes 10 for Renegades.
It's all right. Nobody saw that. 10-9.
Just everyone that's been waiting for a major for 2 years, but that's fine. No one.
First lead for Renegades since 1-0.
Yeah, and for paiN Gaming, I mean, this is starting to be a mental game as much as anything, because, like you say, it was 8-2 or 9-2.
Well, it's 7 rounds straight for Renegades if you go back to the first half, and 8 of 9. So, yeah, this is a great run for Renegades, and you're exactly right. At this point, paiN is, at some point, you got to be thinking, like, we have to stop this run. Timeout, call it if you need it. But they need to find a way to shut Renegades down and do it quickly so they can regain control of themselves in this match.
Shot from Alistair.
And that one hurts too, because you can see they're lining up, they're setting up for an upper exec. And their first player's just gone down to HUD aggression, no less. So that doesn't feel good running right into that push.
Smoke down on site, extinguished his Molotov with one on top of the HUD already. Safi trying to grab that bomb toward the squeaky doorway. Hard Zhao, meanwhile, getting Inns. Does give them an option, does give them a fallback plan. And the rotations have been forced as a result of it. And exactly this, you've got to get the defense moving. They've done that much at least. But PK, I thought Inns was going to go through that.
This is a cool position for PKL as well, and he can be patient here because, I mean, Renegades, it feels like they don't have a whole lot of options on the CT side of where exactly they can go. They seem to be a little bit confused, rotating all around the map. I believe they put Alistair with the AWP in position down lower to just watch this bomb site, and the 2 M4s can be real mobile trying to find information, and that's the push. I thought PKL in that spot would be able to prevent that damage, because really, one of the few options Renegades has when they lose this much control is pushing lobby. PKL is perfectly positioned, but cannot come out on top.
So 10 HP and no bomb. And 10 seconds. This one goes the way of Renegades as well. paiN Gaming need to hold on to this singular AK-47. And they're spamming. You can hear the shots in the distance to try and find
don't lose the op.
out. No, yes. Okay. You're worried one thing about the op. I was more worried about the AK just because they're not going to have much to go along with it. You couldn't recover the op, at least, is the good news from the perspective of Renegades, but you're right, that's costly.
Yeah, that's a first major mistake.
First mistake out of major or first, like, major?
No, that's like, this is my first major. I just made a silly mistake.
Yeah. There was a third option I didn't even think of there.
It's an inexperienced mistake. Like, there's not a whole lot you're going to gain by running into the bomb site like that. Like, what are you going to do? You grab the AK-47. That doesn't give you any huge benefit. Now you've lost an AWP. Now you have to reinvest a ton of money. So I mean, look, it's a small mistake, but the consequences can be big if paiN's able to capitalize on it, which they haven't shown us they're capable of doing that for the past 10 rounds or so.
Close affairs on both streams right now. Again, if you don't want spoilers for the second stream, just mute me, but I'll just say it's the same score.
Nice.
I won't say which team.
Way to go. That's a good way. Ooh! Inns gets caught in the open, but PKL's face is taken off. Like Nick Cage. Malta, one behind the smoke. And there's Hats as well inside the bomb site. And this defense is looking good.
It's the worst movie ever, by the way.
It's the best movie. It is the best.
It's so bad. It's so Hats with a beautiful hat trick from up top. Goes 12-9. And, yeah, it's really bad.
Oh no. I've actually seen Inns make that run a couple of times towards top secret stairs. And I've seen a few moments where it feels like he's going to get caught, and that time he did. He just hits a banger of a shot.
So Renegades now 4 to the finish. Have a 3-round lead. Malta's going to drop down on the floor. Flashed out. How's he not dead yet? Surely someone has to take him down. They found his teammate first. That might have made things a little easier because he was still blinded up as Alistair now tries to get a bomb with the 8WP, but shoots through the wickets of his intended target below. Bomb now planted as well for paiN. What's the setup going to be? Flash, peek, Sicko, AK to drop, smoke, not down below, just above. They'll see him coming through it. Big U0 is staring up, knowing that that's the case, but he gets caught out by a lovely flash. Thankfully, his teammates in Hut were not caught by that, but they didn't get the peek. They didn't come out fast enough. Alistair finds the one in the doorway. Sicko's able to take down Big U0 below, and PKL and Sappy have to be very safe in this situation as PKL dodging bullets heading his direction. Alistair, what a round. Yes, yeah. Shake your head yes as he defuses the bomb.
Yeah, I got him. Nicely done. 13-9. That's a good recovery. And Renegades has had a few rounds where they haven't thrown that Hut Molotov, so there's been an opening for fast kind of Hut hits like that from paiN Gaming, and this time they almost able to capitalize on it. A good retake from Renegades, though. And boy, no rounds yet on the board for paiN Gaming in the second half ever since they switched over to the offensive side. Hasn't been going well. 4-round deficit. They were once up, I don't even remember, was it 9-1, 9-2?
9-2, it's fine. You never had it right to begin with.
Oh, there's some kills. There's some opening frags. That's nice to see from paiN Gaming. 2 kills outside as Renegades tries to be aggressive. This time it fails.
Does indeed, and that's paiN looking to exploit something out of this at least because they'll slow it down, which is probably the right call. Minute 30 to work a 2-man advantage.
Yeah, don't let this one slip away.
You can't.
There's no worse disaster at this junction in the game than paiN somehow managing to lose a 5-on-3.
CT's naturally going to try and group up, take some map control back. Malta's already looking outside, trying to clear from the stairs. That's an awkward corpse to have sitting at the top of the stairs because that could have made things very difficult from the headshot position. It made him have trouble spotting PKL, but they both managed to see each other, and Malta gets the better of the exchange. In fact, tagged down with still 41 HP left against the AK-47. They'll regroup outside, gather weapons, and I think concede on the Renegades side. So the first round for paiN Gaming in, what did you say was 9-10 rounds now?
It's been an 11-0 run that paiN is finally putting a stop to.
Pretty significant, but yeah, this, as we said, was one they absolutely had to win. If they didn't win this one, I think not only is the game over, but it would be a pretty bad way to lose it.
Yeah, that
pretty painful.
Nice. Malta's just going to chill with that AWP. Money isn't great. It's not necessarily bad for the Renegades, but it's nothing you're going to be too pleased about. You're not writing home. 13-10, just a 3-round lead. Renegades did also lose their first map in this group stage to Movie Star Riders here on Nuke, 13-16, a close loss. They don't want to repeat that. Round 24 coming in hot. Up on Safi. Up on Alistair as well. 16-16 for the Australian sniper.
paiN's going to try and play this wall of smoke to his advantage. Uses it to look towards Silo and fall back. Does get the headshot angle on Hardzao. Oh, he knows he tagged him. That nade, if it had bounced off the wall, could have been huge. And Hardzao even panicked and jumped to the ground. But meanwhile, PGL was found instead as they do get down to the stairs. But look who is there. Ali, who owns them. That's why it's in his name, Jason. AWP up close. He's been actually decent in close position so far this game with the AWP. Smartly reads the fact the flash is coming and goes back and finds Safi as well.
I can't believe he got that kill. Everything about that angle made me so uncomfortable.
Clever as well. Okay, I thought he was going to commit to the fact that the incendiary was going to push them back and then try and repeat from the side angle instead, but now he's trapped. He's pinched, and he knows he's in a very tight position. However, you don't really need a scope when you're that close with an AWP, and he shows us exactly that. Nearly finds another, and he will. Oh, no, not quite. Nickis just barely gets away from him, and down goes the op. And Renegades might hold the round even still with that great effort.
Yeah, it's done its job, though. It's done fantastic work, and ooh, Malta caught trying to lurk around. Hardzao has opened up a sliver of possibility to get into this bomb site. Molotov is going to have to change his route. 23 seconds on the clock for these two players to try and break into the upper bomb site. They can no longer go lower, and there's two defenders here. This is going to be so tough.
Hardzao back through. It's going to be Hats down below, staring directly up at him. And a 1-on-3 with far too many angles to look at. Hats will close out the round, and it's 2 to go for Renegades. Money. Yeah, you got enough. You're fine. I looked at PGL first, oddly enough, and he's the only one that didn't have a lot.
Everyone else
I realized, just kidding. They're fine.
Oh, that's a crazy, crazy round. Alistair just had me on the edge of my seat. It has so many ways he could have gone down. So many ways it could have been a 1-for-1 as well. He just plays it spectacularly. And you're right, that close angle op is basically a shotgun. Unfortunate, Hardzao with the low HP was the player up in heaven trying to get the entry. Now we're seeing that Molotov come down with the consistency. Fast out the door, double kill for Malta. The defense up top goes 2 for 2.
Smokes go down, Inns goes through them, flashes will allow the chance for the peak, but Biggie Zero, I think he was the second player back. Yeah, he was. Swung out behind the silo, was able to get not only 1 kill, but 2 to save his teammate, now allowing the plant, and Alistair's going to bow out of this round.
That's a rushed attempt for Renegades, but they were in position to pull it off. They had 2 players going up the ladder, and they even had Alistair outside ready to set up the pop flash, and unfortunately, it just wasn't nearly as effective as they would have liked, but you can understand why they wanted to go for that quick retake before anyone from paiN Gaming was really set up and cognizant of where the retake was going to come from. Either way, 14-11 will be the scoreline. paiN Gaming finally fighting back.
Guess better late than never. Remember, this is an 0-1 matchup.
Yeah.
Loser of this falls down to the elimination rounds. We've already got a strawless in the elimination rounds, which, yeah, that's as crazy as it sounds. Keep in mind that given the RMR and the time between majors, they've won 3 majors now as a team, and therefore from Berlin would have been automatically into the Legends stage. The current system, they have to go down to this, the Challenger stage, and might be out at this point as well, which makes it the long road back. It kind of reminds me of Nip's fall from grace in some ways. Remember how difficult it was for them to start qualifying for majors again once the minor circuit hit them?
Yeah, nobody...
I mean, I know I'm getting ahead of myself on that, but that's it's kind of has echoes
I know what
of
you
that.
mean, though. Yeah, I see what you mean. Let's bring it in some nostalgia, some memories. Well, decisions for the Renegade side as a few players running low on funds. They do have the op in Alistair's hands, but I think they're going to play conservatively with the economy. No force buy. They'll just play with some upgraded pistols and see what Alistair can give them. And I mean, look, his scoreline isn't necessarily anything too crazy on Alistair, 18 and 17, but he's had some highly impactful rounds with his AWP. He's pulled it back from the brink a number of times. This could be a cool round for him to make an even bigger mark on the map. He has complete freedom in a round like this to do whatever he wants to find a kill.
ends with the Deagle outside. Deagle's certainly been getting a lot of credit lately.
Deagles have become very scary in this online era.
I think they've always been scary, but yeah, there's
Scarier.
just something. Yeah, yeah.
Something in the data streams.
Is that what we're calling it now? Data streams?
I don't know.
Is Anders renamed
I
the simulation?
tried to go for like a whole like 1980s Tron with that one.
I like it.
Into the grid.
Sicko's gonna wait this out. Knows they're coming this direction. Ins. What a shot. Rotates around now. They had a bait and switch position, but Sicko actually showed his hand.
Oh no.
But they've got the AWP through Squeaky and another bait and switch. Oh, but switching to the gun. That's unfortunate.
What a cool push.
Was that an auto pickup, do you think? Because he didn't even look down to press E.
I'm not sure. I don't want to judge a man before I know everything, but if it was, that's an issue.
Yeah, shut that off in your config, man.
Well, someone's going to have a conversation with you if that was an auto weapon switch. Woo. If you play with auto weapon switch, if you're a new player watching a major, just turn it off.
I know, it seems like a great thing, right? Like, oh, a rifle on the ground. I want to run over and pick it up. Yeah, that's great if you're in the middle of nowhere and there's a rifle on the ground, but in that situation, he has a pistol out aiming the right direction and picking up the other gun disallows him from shooting or disables him from being able to shoot.
He's done everyone a favor. You've seen the negatives of a potential automatic weapon switch. Man, that was such a cool push for Alistair to get that deep of an angle in towards lobby. Just no retreat from there. And if he'd been able to get back, that's a huge chance for Renegades to take the round. Nice work from PGL. 14-12, keeping it close. Timeout is called from paiN Gaming, their third. And money finally back in the coffers of the Renegades players, so they're going to buy up. AWP still in the hands of Alistair, and now they've got some M4s and an AUG to surround it. Plenty of utility.
Oh, drone's a little turbulent.
Rough winds out there. Giving you motion sickness?
All of the nuclear, activity.
Yeah, messes with the tracking systems, guidance systems.
We'll see if the guidance of this AWP is going to be exactly what paiN need to get the opening. He's okay. Took 2 damage. I was about to say he was about to swallow a grenade, but apparently not, because one small pixel fragment blocked it.
Ooh, filthy little angle that's taken away from him. Good utility from paiN. And ends showing the AUG presence outside. Pickle's coming down fast. Alistair thankfully turns around, but scoped in, and PGL would have heard that. I know the vertical sound field is a bit touch and go in situations like this, but I'm pretty sure he would. Yeah, well, he flashed it, so obviously he knows he's there at this point. Yeah, I didn't use the flash. Alistair's still feeling real comfortable. There's the follow-up flash, and he's going to back away. Molotov down. A lot of time, a lot of utility eaten away. So, paiN have 2 players. They have secret control, or secret stairs at least, and they have a player pretty advanced outside, and you're never going to clear this angle. You're never even going to expect someone to come from there. What a huge power position. How are they going to utilize it with 38 seconds left on the clock? When does he make his play?
Well, Sicko's not going to allow any plays to happen toward ramp as he gets the first shot on Biggie Zera, drops him down very effectively.
He's moving now. Nekas, he's moved out of position. He's going to flank towards heaven. paiN Gaming, they're playing a dangerous game with the clock, but that would be a huge kill, and he can't get it. Now Nekas has to hurry up. 15 seconds, and it's all gone horribly wrong. 15-12 for Renegades.
What a turnaround in this game from them. What a great recovery, and now it's map point. A chance to level things out 1-1, and again, a lot of these teams, specifically the ones from outside of Europe, from outside of the CIS, they need some time to build into this event now that we're back into this environment of an international scale. So this will buy them space in the tournament. Yeah, get their sea legs under them with a couple of matches and obviously not having your back against the wall immediately after day 1. 3 chances for Renegades to close this out. Bring their record here in the Swiss system up to 1-1. Ooh, fast vent drop. Nobody spotted it. Nobody saw it whatsoever. That's a huge win for Nekas early on in the round. Gonna open the door and see what he can find. They have no idea. None at all. Look how aggressive he's going to be as well, just walking it right under. Player at ramps, got to be there waiting to drop down. Surely that's the standard play.
Nekas is just telling everyone, calm down, I have a kill.
That angle, though, is interesting from Sicko.
No, he's dead. Don't worry about it.
Okay, he is now. Yeah, okay, he is now. I was going to say, if he stays close enough in and they're swinging, he could happen to see it, but that's a good trade. Because the fact that he only gets one off of that and they're going to commit to it, Malta's able to pull that back, but a good Molotov means he'll only find one on the return, and they do get downstairs. Everyone's upper. There was 2 players on highway. There was 2 players above in heaven. They've got to try and rotate down. And they've got to try and beat them there as the bomb's going to already be in position for paiN Gaming.
And that kill from Safi puts a real tough decision into the minds of Renegades. You need to call it now if you're going to save or actually go for this. Money's not great. You have the rounds to play conservatively here. You do not have to force this retake. But losing this AUG is still pretty damaging. Hats is now a little bit closer. They seem to be split on whether they're going for this or not.
I think it's going to be a decision made for them in the next 3 or 4 seconds if they don't get one pick. They're expecting a little bit more aggression from paiN Gaming, but now they're pretty aware this one's done. Exit kills, that's all they're hoping. If they can hold them near the bomb even, I think at this point Hardzao has to go down. But yeah, the save inevitably called. Hardzao might actually make it far enough away. He did. He did. Well done.
Okay.
Got your running shoes on, son.
You can breathe a little bit. I was worried Renegades was going to pull the trigger on that retake and just get annihilated and then be in a really weird position. They can drop some guns over, though, and still have a full buy. 2 rounds remaining for paiN Gaming to force overtime and another timeout, their final timeout taken for the Brazilian side.
Yeah, that's a good point to make as well. We haven't really been mentioning the timeout structure. Obviously, back on a LAN environment. I know they're playing in the practice rooms today, which was in the best interest of keeping the schedule moving forward as quickly as possible, not having to change setup, not getting too carried away with people in different rooms. There is still an admin in the practice rooms with them, and unlike online where it was kind of hard to facilitate or to police.
Just admins chilling in TeamSpeak.
Yeah, and that's one thing, but, you know, if there's, you know, how can you, if you're in TeamSpeak, how can you possibly stop what they're saying in the room in real life? And I know they have cameras and yada yada, but there's all kinds of little things they could have worked around. We know the coaches weren't exactly honest, Hunden, during the online era, but the point is now that's all back in play, so the timeout's an important thing to note.
Yeah, it will also, that's
sick.
That's an important thing to note. One other thing to note is Renegades doesn't actually drop their weapons and buy fully into this round. They say, we have 3 guns. We can actually make this work. We can win this with just these 3 weapons. Now they have a 4th with the opening kill and AK recovered from Malta. This is actually sick. It's a really cool call for Renegades, kind of hedging their bet in these final 2 rounds. 5-on-4 advantage, though. Nothing is outside. All 4 members of paiN in lobby.
Alistair waiting. Well, wait all he wants. Safi finally beats him on the duel. That's the first time that's actually gone to fruition for him. Shouldn't say first time, but one of the very few in this game that individual duel has worked. Hardzao already downstairs, AK in hand, both windows intact. He doesn't even care. Doesn't mind making some noise, making a racket, but missing his shots. He at least gets avenged by Nickers, and I would say his Nickers would have been in a twist if he didn't, because that would have given Renegades just enough to win out this round. 39 seconds, still have to go back for more. Nickers does tag ins with a flash, quite literally hits him with it. And the sound cue of him walking back around the corner was not even enough to get the kill in return. Nekkes is left with 1 HP. Sicko is left on the stairs with 1 hope. And a headshot on Pickle to start it off as PGL falls. It's Hats that wants to rotate around on this behind them. Potentially catch them off. Safi's inside of the site. Where's the bomb in all this? Nekkes is the one that has it. And that's going to be such a stressful plant because anything at all would take him down, but they managed to get it done.
All right, retake for the map. 15-13, off shot's gonna connect. Safi took his time with that one, but Hats has all the information he needs. 1 in sight, 1 in decon. Gonna start moving out soon. Nekkes has relocated to the corner, but again, 1 HP. He's gotta be perfect if he wants this kill. Hats not checking, not clearing that deep at the moment. Oh, and I think he's done. He's now heard the fire. He's got 1 kill, but good trade.
That was pressure on Safi because that's the 1 HP player that shot and gave himself away. If Safi doesn't counter-peek that, he isolates that to a 1-on-1.
Ooh, Renegades, that almost works out for him. Stone cold not buying up around the 3 saved guns, and it was so close. But now, due to that decision, even in a loss, got a great buy for this final 30th round to prevent OT.
Well, right now, Smokes, nades. And utility used early, but it's back to guns. And Safi waiting outside, very indicative of the fact, as is the AWP, mind you, as well, that they want to try and take the upper site. They're going to Molotov behind the silo. That'll force more CTs out in front of the position at Squeaky, but Sicko's gone aggressive, very aggressive. Safi, a great shot, but bomb already dropped down. It was all ruse. They were trying to sell the fact that they wanted to go toward upper and exploit the ramp, and Sicko does a phenomenal job of shutting the position down. And immediately, the round is pretty much wrapped up. Alistair's going to get the final shot. Great recovery in the round itself from Renegades, but great recovery overall in the game, going from 9-2 down. And I think probably still were the favorites coming into this, but tough call to make when you're that far down and things were slipping away as much as they were.
Yeah, they came back with a huge vengeance. There was an 11-0 run in the middle of that game that brought Renegades right back. And I mean, from there, it's not smooth sailing, obviously. Didn't look great, but I mean, that's cool. We watched them. Renegades had to win some scrappy rounds. That was not an easy victory. So that was actually a very, very cool matchup. I loved it. Great opping from Alistair. Some very, very cool rounds from him.